Shut up and sit down.
That's fine. I'm going to start over anyway. Okay, thank you for tuning in to the Big Gravy Review. We're going to unbox something today that is more of just fun for me to have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Packaging is just a brown paper packaging. It's pretty simple. Labels all over it. I got this from GearBest. So we'll see how these guys did. It's the first thing I ever ordered from them, so we'll give it a look. You know, I will just go ahead and go caveman on this. We'll just rip it. Maybe, maybe not. There's a couple layers of paper on here, so that's a good thing. Alright. Alright, here it is. Whoa. Put those down here on the ground. Alright. What we have here is the Syma X8C Venture. It's comes with a 4-channel remote control, and it's a quadcopter for ages 14 plus, whatever it is that decides that. Up here up front, you're going to see, this means it's going to have a camera. That's usually what the C stands for whenever you order these things. It's got head free, which is also known as headless mode, 360 degree eversion, not 100% sure what that is, 6-axis gyros, 2 megapixel camera, and it operates at 2.4 gigahertz. So on this side, you're going to see that it's got some, alright, well, okay, on this side, it's got the directions for installing the blades. Apparently they're not going to come on this quad pre-installed. On the back, we've got the diagram for the remote control. It explains what all the buttons and doohickeys and switches on it are for. Also another image of the quadcopter itself. And then on the bottom it goes over all that stuff on the front. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what it looks like. Before we open this, I also want to point out they did include the American adapter, which tells me that the plug inside this box is probably going to be a European plug. So let's go ahead and open it up and see if we can take a look at this thing. When I ordered this from GearBest, I ordered the orange. Assumedly it's going to be easier to see whenever I'm flying through the wide open sky. So let's see here. Okay. Let's put this on the ground and show y'all what I got here. Out of the box we have a manual. And it's in English through the entire thing. So this is an entirely English manual. There's no Chinese or anything else in there, which is good because the only thing I speak is English. Also, the back off the remote was kind of just in there. I must have slid it off when I pulled it out of the box. Here you're going to see the quad itself as it sits in here. Pull that out. It's a pretty hefty quad. When I put my hands on it, it's got some weight to it. It's pretty good plastics. It feels like it's not real flimsy. The weight is pretty impressive on it. Let's see what else we have in this box here. Taped down we have the blade guards. If you're just getting started in flying quads, this is a good idea. It protects your blades from breaking whenever you crash, because inevitably you're going to crash. We got 4 of those in here, also orange. Well, this one got attacked by some tape, so give me 1 second. There you go. So 4 blades, 4 prop guards, and in this box we're going to have the charger, which, like I said, is probably going to be European from the, oh, well, we've got a European adapter in this bag, so maybe it is an American plug. Standard. Fantastic. So now I have a standard. If I ever go over to Europe or other countries that require this adapter, I can take my quad with me and charge it over there and fly it. And if I wanted to, I can now apparently I can stack the adapter on top of the adapter on top of my plug. That would be crazy. We're not going to do that. All right, I'm going to set this aside. Now, in this little peekaboo window here, obviously, there's my remote control. So, flip it over. Oh, look at all the goodies on this side. All right. Orientate it better for you. I will go ahead and pull this out. And this is the remote. This right here. The controller, if you will, for the quad itself. It's also got some good weight to it. It's a good size. It's got a screen on the bottom. Not sure what any of this does. We'll cover that when I come back with a review of it. We'll go over more of the actual operations of this remote control at that time. Now, let me get my knife here. Here we have the blades, or the props. And they are a pretty large prop. Of course, when you have a quad this size, it's going to take a lot to get it off the ground. So you get your 1, 2, 3, 4 blades, and then they give you 4 extra because once again you're going to probably, especially if you're just starting, you're going to probably crash this a couple times and these blades break, so these are replacements. So we get 8 total blades, or props. And on the back of these props they're labeled A and B. So the one that just pulled out were my B props. And these are all my A props, and that comes in handy when we start putting the props back on this quad here in a second, because right here on the right here above the motors you actually have it labeled B. This is where you put a B prop. A, that's where you put an A prop. Also in here we have the landing gear for those, that way it lands and it doesn't fall over on the side, so that's good. We have the charger that the power supply plugs into. And then we have the battery itself, which appears to be a 2000 milliampere battery. And of course it plugs into here, it plugs into the wall, and then it charges. If I remember correctly, I think it's about an hour to an hour and a half charge time. We'll cover that more when we come back with the review. And then here, this orange ball looking thing is going to be the camera. Let me get this out of the way. Anything left in here? Oh, hold on. We have caps. These go on top of the props, and we'll cover the installation of those props here in a second. We have caps and screws and pins. And there goes the camera. Alright, here we have some more screws. We got another screwdriver. My tool collection, every time I do an unboxing, it seems like it grows. And then this is what is included here also is a micro SD card reader. So you can take it out, put it in here, and stick it in your computer and see what you caught on tape. Now, that's everything in the styrofoam. Alright, well, styrofoam's taken care of. Now this is the camera that comes with the quad also. It's a 2 megapixel camera. Oh, that's cool. It's got a little click on the base of it here. This is going to be the plug you use to plug it in to get it powered. It looks a lot like a headphone jack. And yep, it appears to come with a micro SD card, 4 gigabytes. It doesn't actually say what the speed on it is. With these cameras, higher speed is preferred, so you don't have any frame droppage whenever you're recording. That's pretty much it as far as the camera goes. The camera itself is pretty easy to put on here. This is the front of your quad. These stripes right here represent the front of your quad. The camera just slides in here and then plugs in right here. And that's it for the camera plug-in. We'll cover the rest of the assembly on this once I do the review. Right now I just wanted to cover the unboxing itself. So to go over it again, you get your quad, which it looks like it's going to have some LEDs here, 4 motors. It's got a battery hatch in the back for putting your battery in it. It looks like it's going to have some LEDs on the top, and it's pretty sturdy. It's got some good weight to it. The plastics appear to be pretty quality plastic. And then of course, like I said, you have the camera on the bottom here. It's 2 megapixel, comes with a 4 gigabyte SD card, micro SD card, and then the plug looks a lot like a head jack for the power of it. Oh, and it does have an on-off switch, which is awesome, because some of these quads come with plugs. You plug it in to get power, you unplug it to turn off the power. I like having an on-off switch. Let me set this aside. Okay. Then you have your prop guards that go on the 4 corners here. There's a little plastic piece that pulls out. When you pull this out, you put that in, and then this bag of screws, you use that to attach these. This saves your props. If you're going to do any indoor flying with it, it's recommended you use these props in case you go up against a wall. These prop guards, you go against the wall, saves your props and keeps your walls from getting damaged. Then we've got 8 props. We got 4 lettered B and 4 lettered A. These props are pretty large, but it's a pretty good sized quad. This quad is about the size of a DJI Phantom, and I've read that you can actually order the skins for the DJI Phantoms and put on top of these quads, so they're pretty much interchangeable that way. Anyways, so you got 8 of these, so you can break a couple of them, and they got some replacements. You do need to be careful when you put them on that you match them up with the front. You got your skids or your landing gear. 4 of these, of course. We got the American charger, yay, which plugs into the power DC output charger here, which plugs into your 2000 milliampere battery. And like I said, I read it takes about an hour, hour and a half to get a charge on that. Some have said 2 hours. Also, as an added bonus from GearBest, we got the American adapter, which is not needed because this is an American charger. Then we got the European adapter inside the box, so if we travel overseas, we can charge our quad. We also got some silver caps here that go on top of the blades when you put them on. They don't actually appear to screw on. These blades actually have some kind of a locking mechanism, so they're not self-tightening or anything like that. We got a bag of screws, a small screwdriver, and an SD card reader. And then we got this transmitter here in order to operate the drone or the quadcopter. And once again, we'll go over these features more after I have an opportunity to fly it and we go into the review. That's going to do it for now. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, this is the Syma X8C quadcopter from GearBest. It's not a sponsorship. I paid money for this, but nonetheless, people at GearBest got this to me, and it didn't take them too long to get it here from an American distributor. So that's the product. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with more.